So I am not up for recap today.
Uh,
Good morning. Good afternoon. I don't know what day it is. Sorry, we were running a little behind schedule. I got a new graphics card and there was some setting stuff I had to go mess around with, but I have fixed it. Thank you, quick Google searches and that one person having the same exact issue. You a G. Uh, Now we can hop into tonight's session of Nyxborough D&D. And by that, I mean we can at least stream. But before we hop into tonight's session, just a couple of quick announcements. If you like what you see, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Commenting helps the most. Funny enough, that's just how the algorithm works. So if you see something or you want to say something, please feel free to do that. If you would like all of the videos, I try to keep it up to date, are in order in playlists. So if you're like, hey, we're like 30 episodes deep and I want to go back and rewatch some of this, you can. There are plenty that you can go back, rewatch, or watch for the first time, enjoy, and catch up to where we are currently. We are missing a couple of our players today due to some last-second situations coming up, as well as wishing Nav all of the amazingness with them finishing up college. Cheers to you. And that is the only other thing I can think of. And I think the only thing left is to begin, and the only way to begin is by beginning, so I will hop back over and see who has been deemed the sheep to the slaughter.
Dad's idea with it, and then I kind of just went
Hello.
with it, and
It was quick.
Hey,
okay. Ooh, that's an hour and 7 minutes. Holy shit.
that'd be a monster commute.
Who is doing a recap?
Probably we'll see.
We'll see. You got it. Take it away.
Yeah, fudge. Okay, first off, we started off with Aiko Tanaka informing the precinct about a possible assassination on Lady Driftshade. There was a little bit of suspicion towards her. Nigel decided to kind of keep tabs on her through grapevine, I believe. Yep. Livy had noticed Harper and Aiko's kind of small little interaction as Harper was leading Aiko out of the precinct. There's some sort of connection between them, as far as I can tell. Let's see. The precinct decides to kind of split up. Well, I think we kind of split up to go visit the Temple of Naedis, and also believe it was to check. I can't. I don't think I had this one in my notes. We all kind of ended up going to the temple, and it was basically with like the six represented, like there were 6 different temples that represented the like different gods and goddesses, and well, we met some old guy. I can not remember. Oh, Kylor, I think. Yep. Kylor.
He hadn't introduced himself yet, but his name is Kylor, and he is not some old guy.
Hey, that's how I had it written, so sure.
He is a drow. They have silver hair. If you look in the NPC art, you will see how he looks.
Hey, I mean, I
if
did
he's
also
a drow,
put male drow.
technically, he might be an old guy. He is a drow.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just put he's a male drow. He has moving tattoos, and we gave him the note that was left at Uncle Ben's the night prior.
Yes.
He seems to have some recognition of it, or at least like the symbol on the back, or the initials on the back, from what I remember.
Yes, he recognized the symbols on the back, specifically.
Yeah. I think that's all I can think of. I'm just kind of scrambling through the notes.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
you remembered a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
all of it,
that
right?
is more or less it. So go ahead and add that health potion. Yeah, and we'll jump into tonight's episode of Nyxborough D&D. As we kind of come back in, you all had entered midday, late morning, midday, into the Temple of Naedis, a large library-like structure with books lining the walls, and yet having almost this onyx-like flooring of slate. In front of you stands a figure in 8-inch heels with this silver wavy hair and a black sleeveless kind of shawl situation that goes down and ombres into blue as he's looking over this note. He turns and looks at each of you and just goes, "Follow me." As he descends deeper inside this library. As he's walking along, he starts talking to the group more or less. As he just goes, "It is quite rare for someone to appear with the symbol that is on the back of this note. This is for the Living Archive. It's a group, or at least a couple of beings that have decided that they need to help with keeping some of the historical secrets, but also making sure those that needed to be buried stay buried. The person in question who wrote this, or at least it appears that wrote it based on the description, they specialize in one particular set of history, that being the relevance of beings known as god vessels.
Have I ever heard that word before?
Make a history check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too. God vessels.
Yeah, probably for the best. Oh shit.
Natural 20.
I got a 6.
I'm not far under that. That's a 19 on the die. All right, 22.
What was your total with the nat 20?
22.
22.
Damn.
Kragnar, I think there's a ketchup brand maybe named that uses like a bottling company that they call themselves God Vessels. And that's where your brain is with all of this. Nigel, the idea of a god inhabiting a mortal, less so theory, more so fiction. Something that maybe was joked about in the Bloodhunter Academy with this thing of like, oh, you don't want to accidentally hurt yourself so far you become a god vessel or something like that. It was always something that was fictitious and more to scare people off, if anything. Harper, historically, god vessels are rare. So rare that they are almost not heard of. And the idea that a person has committed themselves to that history, I think, leaves you open with a question of, was that history altered then? Did someone alter the history around this theory?
Okay.
Adding a little zhuzh, a little spice there. It was not something that necessarily was taught, but it was something that you may have seen in a footnote in a book at one point, kind of idea.
So, and what do you know about god vessels?
Not much. From what I do know, they are extremely
Bullshit,
rare.
right?
No one knows how they are created in that sense. They are they almost seem to appear during certain times of dire need, potentially, but those are all just theories. No one knows the truth behind how they are chosen or made.
You lot are having a laugh. Everyone knows gold vessels are bullshit.
Allegedly.
It's just something that we used to tell each other just to, get each other to shape up.
All stories come from a seed of truth.
Yeah.
Well, so you say.
Many things become interpreted over time and changed based on the victors.
Most legends are hidden truth.
Exactly.
You're the expert, I suppose.
Oh no, I am not. I study something not as absurd.
And what is that?
Yeah, there's a moment where he like pauses to see if you ask, and then just, what was that? I study the old runic magic behind teleportation circles that disappeared over 2,000 years ago.
Huh.
Alright.
I believe a certain civilization had figured out how to make teleportation circles. However, they were destroyed, damaged, more or less.
So,
Do you believe you'll one day see them working again?
I would have to find one first.
Well, I hope that you do. That would be an exciting development.
like
Yes.
that the truth?
There's a moment where he stops, and you realize the hallway that you had been walking down seems... actually, give me a perception or insight check. Anyone can.
Right. I go with that perception.
I got a 22 on insight.
Damn,
Nice.
Oh,
My plus
A
3
six.
14 for my perception.
alright. Okay,
a 16 for my perception.
cool. Nigel, I don't think you notice it necessarily, but Harper, you do. As you've been walking, you notice this hallway is a lot longer than the length of the library on the outside. And there's a weird kind of parallax that's happening where you're like, oh, this is... They did something to this space to make it larger. Kragnar, with your insight check, you realize after walking this long, you're like, I could have walked that. I should have walked the length of this 3 times over. And it's the same kind of vibe of you have walked farther than what you thought would be possible in here. The only other thing that I can discuss regarding the god vessels, and you notice he's standing outside of this like singular wooden door, with books lining on either side. We know that it's hard to know the specifics behind how they are chosen, but sometimes gods use mortals as an anchor to bring themselves back, or potentially to use them to interact with mortals. Going beyond just what a cleric thinks is possible, but fully taking hold of a mortal form. When the merging happens between god and vessel, there is a question of the personality. Who's left? Who's in control? Sometimes mortals are able to hold out, and the god simply exists in the background enjoying the ride until they have enough power to leave and ascend. Simple stepping stone on their way back into godhood. Sometimes they mesh and combine, taking on different aspects of both the mortal and the god. And sometimes, very rarely, gods will fully take over. But that only happens if the person is so broken and battered that they have nothing left. Their mind fractured in such a way that the god has to take over to keep the vessel alive.
take it the soul goes with the mind of the mortal in this case?
Exactly.
That's
Now,
bloody terrifying.
the other thing that is intriguing about this, if a god were to take on a mortal vessel, that god can still be wounded and killed. At least from some of the records that we have, but it's still vague, cryptic, to say the least.
I'll bet.
Now, did you have a particular inquiry outside of this note that I might be able to answer?
I honestly don't remember. Did we have any other reason for coming here?
Didn't you recognize someone from here?
Oh, yeah. But that was just the handwriting, at least. I mean,
We are in a library. Are there not other questions you're intrigued about? And I think you realize that he is studying each of you in that moment.
Well, I suppose. Any of your colleagues have been particularly concerned with the happenings of the city, and any of them want to perhaps stick their noses in, so to speak, as concerned citizens?
Interesting. No, we do not write history, we simply record it. Now, does that mean that we never intervene? Quite the opposite.
Yes. As in part, we're here because, well, our man here, the orc, half-orc, he seemed to have gotten a twinge of familiarity with the handwriting here, and that's why we had the idea to come down here. To possibly do some poking around. But you're right, you guys do seem like the observing distant scholar type.
Yes. I find you quite intriguing. And you notice he is looking at your horns when he said that.
Yeah, I take it that you know antlers aren't very common among tieflings.
Tieflings, no. Hags, yes.
Mm-hmm. By the Gloam Quarter, there's a place called Three Sisters Bakery. My adoptive mothers saw fit to give me these in exchange for something I want from them. Tale as old as time, right?
And how old were you when you made that deal?
About south of 7.
Interesting.
Real honeypot deal, that.
Do you not want to learn more about that? Your deal. Hags? We have a whole section on them.
Actually. Alright, you lot, how are we on time? Do you mind if I go doing a little poking around? Oh, we're on the
Whatever you
clock.
need.
Yeah, sure. I'm probably gonna wander around a bit, so.
Honestly, it could be useful for the case as well. Yes, my fine good man, if you could show me the way.
And I think there's a moment where he starts to gesture and you see some magic come off. And you see one of the silver tattoos pulls off of his arm and turns into this like silvered polyhedron being. Has 2 arms, has 2 legs, torso, head, but it's all angle.
Oh.
Think like Ben 10, the crystal, but
Oh.
but instead of it being
Was also
solid, it's all lines.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
Alright.
He will take you to the section on hags. And then his gaze kind of turns to Harper. And what of you? I'm pretty sure that you're not from around this continent. How have the Isles been?
Harper's eyes are gonna narrow. Feeling very seen. Hmm. Quite the observer. It's been a while. Couldn't tell you.
That's fine.
Say, we're doing a case on a family. Perhaps you have information you could, or secrets you could help us with.
Maybe. Knowledge is its own price to pay and to hold.
And what's the cost?
Oh, no, you misunderstand me. The cost is knowing the truth.
Think I can handle that?
Not everyone can. And I think with that, you notice his eyes lean over towards Kragnar. What questions do you want answered?
Do you have any, is there any information you might have on, Kitsune, or maybe, some possible, war, that happened, like years prior with the gods?
Two very different questions, two very different answers.
And I suppose let's start with the Kitsune. Is there any information you could give us regarding the Tanaka family?
Interesting. And I think there's a moment where he grabs the door handle and opens it and pushes it open. And looking through, you see a strange sight. There are staircases going in various directions. There are books floating and flying around. And you see there are a set of steps that lead down to a singular room, would be a word for it, but a landing of stone. And in the middle, see an older woman wearing a black cloak. And you notice that she has a set of ears, furry ears, poking out from her head. Gray hair that has aged with time, braided off to the side. And you notice 9 tails. The person you're looking for is right there.
I will walk forward.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow kind of closely behind Harper.
Yeah, give me a wisdom saving throw. Both of you.
Ah, fuck.
Oh boy. You guys are in danger, girl.
Wisdom.
17.
Wisdom. Also a 17.
Oh shit.
Nice, guy.
Okay.
Nice going, guys.
Not a charisma.
You start walking down. There's a moment where as you step through, your body kind of lurches and gravity kind of transfixes for a moment as you're like, whoa. There are no handrails. If you rolled low, you may have fallen off. You both succeeded as you and are able to catch yourselves. And you are able to walk on down. You notice that there are multiple bookshelves around this clearing, and this landing is, I would say, a good 50 feet with different. You initially thought they were books, but they're actually scrolls that are coming down. And as you walk up, you see this woman. Scrolls all along the walls. She's looking through each of them. You hear some muttering under her breath, continuing to move and check things. You see there the tips of these tails are actually are lit with some blue almost flame coming off of them. And she seems to be deep in work at the moment.
Not wanting to sneak up on this person, I think Harper will stop at the bottom of the landing, just kind of clear their throat and incline their head a little in a greeting.
You see her stop what she's doing, and she turns. Ah, yes, I've been expecting you. Did Kylor
You have now.
send some of you off?
How do you mean?
I was expecting more of you. And we'll say for this instance, Livia and Rowan are there without fully being their situation. I believe Nigel is the one that is missing. Correct, Harper?
Correct. Apologies, I don't believe I got your name.
You can call me Lady S.
Well, I feel like we're at a bit of a disadvantage since you already know us, and that we would be here. But I don't think we're quite sure what this encounter will give us, how it will help us.
Depends on what you're looking for. Are you searching truth, or are you searching for something else? What is it that you are looking for here?
I think truths.
I think so. I mean, yeah, probably truth.
You know what our job is. You know what we want and need. What our team is hoping to solve.
Well, that depends. Will that truth be worth it? Or will it simply lead
Worth
you...
what?
Will it lead you down another path? And another path? And another path that inevitably leads to your deaths?
I don't worry about that last part, and I've got time for baths.
She's gonna roll an insight check on you.
Oh, shit.
Roll deception or persuasion.
Okay, let's see.
The hand surprised me.
I broke my nail like an hour ago.
Oh no!
You see that?
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, my ring finger. This
So
is not my weekend. But we'll talk about that later. What did you get?
I rolled a 29.
Damn.
29 is enough. She had gotten a 26.
Damn.
as she's trying to look past you, past what you're holding. And you are just too hard to read. Would you like me to get Nigel here before we continue?
That may be a good.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he is doing his own thing, but it seems like it would be a good idea to have him a part of this.
Of course. Of course. And you watch as she snaps her fingers, and Nigel, you suddenly appear next to her in this strange liminal space. We're going to go back a little bit. As Nigel, you had been walking for a little bit, and then that tattooed art stops. You notice there is a row of books, different languages, writings, this, that, the other.
Yeah. What I think Nigel would have been looking for specifically here, especially with the conversation of God vessels and remembering his conversation with his mums about this whole Hag King thing, he's looking for anything that seems to be... Are there any books like that are talking about like essentially hag folklore or hag searching for a god, for like a hag king, or even a something of the effect of the ruminations on... I'm just totally making up a title here, of course, but like any kind of like drawing parallels between this and what we had just heard about the god vessels.
Roll a d20.
Okay. Let's burn that. That's decent. I'm not gonna re-roll that. It's a 13.
13. 13 is good enough that as you're looking over these various works, you notice one that doesn't have a name on it. And as you pick it up, give me a medicine check.
Okay. It's non-expected roll.
Leather-bound book with thin, pale sheets of paper that seem stronger than normal.
Okay, what's a 13 get me?
Would you like to use your inspiration?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not in the cards. That's worse.
Okay. I will say, even with a 13, you get a strange and gross kind of vibe from this book. You can't put your finger on why. As you open it up, the words are dark red, deep maroon would be inaccurate. And you're looking through, and it talks about how a being becomes a hag king, but it does so by being in a state that has to consume the soul of the hags. That placed the curse on the being initially. And you keep reading through, and it talks about the power that they have, these abilities to transfix anything you touch. Not just inanimate objects, but even potentially people. And the curse that comes with it, that you will never be able to touch someone again without them also being cursed. Not necessarily a vessel, but a being that has been prepared for enough time to take on a mantle. There's a list at the back. And you're looking over the names. And these are a list of hags that have been killed for someone to try to become the Hag King. And yet you know no one has succeeded on making a Hag King. But there are no hags like your mother's. I think as you're thinking about that, you suddenly... Actually, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Terrible. Awesome. Amazing. That is a 12.
12. Perfect. There is a moment where you have the recognition of... You feel something in your chest. Like someone is pulling a string from the center of your chest and pulling you towards something. And as you start to question that, there's a moment where it suddenly pulls and yanks, and you suddenly feel yourself pull through and apparate. And you see Lady S next to you as you see her hand up in a pose of a finger snapped, past tense.
I think, especially with this kind of like shocking potential revelation and just what's going through his head, normally what would be an inside thought blurts out. He's like, "What did you sound powers?" Excuse me. How did I end up here?
Hello, Nigel. I am Lady S. Your friends requested that I bring you all together before we continue our discussion about the family of kitsunes known as the Tanakas.
Of course. How does she... Did you lot introduce her to me? How does she know I'm not Nigel? Anyway, yes. It's irrelevant. Let's just get right to it.
Oh, I've been watching you for a while.
You a Tanaka?
What
I'm
was
sorry,
that?
was that too forward? Are you a Tanaka?
Roll an insight check.
Please.
As she just smiles at you.
18.
Alright. She smiles and looks at you. Answer enough. Yes, she is.
I see. Very interesting. Well... Sorry, what are we talking about, you lot?
I believe...
Lady S. Oh,
No, go.
Oh, Lady S seems to have expected us being here, so I'd love to know what was expected of this conversation.
Yes, I too would like to be enlightened.
Well, there are two paths I see forward. You're either going to ask about the history of our family, or you're going to ask about the god vessels that Kylor talked about. But I will only answer one of those prompts. As she kind of holds up both of her fingers when she had said each option.
It's talking about the Tanakas. But we work in a democratic workplace, so what's your input?
I'd love to know more about the Tanakas. What about you?
Uh, I'm fine with either. Whichever helps us.
Well, guess that's at least 2 votes for your family, Miss S. So, I think that's our vote.
Excellent. Now, I believe you have potentially learned the names of the Fox's Council, the major players in the Tanaka family. It started with just one Tanaka. About 900 years ago, a kitsune who managed to escape from a terrible situation, finding their home here in Nyxborough. Quickly thereafter, there were some children. Some gained the abilities of kitsunes. She kind of gestures to her own tails. And others didn't survive.
And what was this terrible thing that this Tanaka got away from?
Terrible is relative to the perspective of a person who lost their entire race, or at least their family, their home, their country, all burned to ash by dragon fire because they simply were pushing beyond what was possible.
So this time.
And why are they here now? What is the plan with this city?
I believe that they are on their third attempt to bring back a certain forgotten god.
You believe, so you're not in communication with your own family?
I'm in communication with who I want to be in communication with. I have lived for 900 years. I was one of the first. Let's say I don't get along with all of the choices they have made over the years. The perks of being the eldest daughter.
A lot more family drama than I expected for such a powerful family.
Right. Well, honestly, if you think about it, it in a way does make more sense. Powerful families. That's a lot of power, well, to be had.
Some of
Some
us
want a bigger
want to-
slice. Oh, go ahead.
Some of us would rather rebuild than rebuild with what we have and something new over trying to gain back what has been lost.
Fair.
I'm assuming you understand the idea behind the astral drift, right?
Yes.
The concept of a drug that is so potent, it has no downsides, and then once you die, he takes your soul and uses it to weaken his chains. Now, what's the issue with that? Think about it.
Well, it seems like a short-sighted game for the life in this world, for the barring of whatever your life is in the next. Seems awful short-sighted to me.
Agreed.
Think about the delivery method. They do not gain anything from people living. They gain it from people dying.
And even their souls die after it's all said and done.
So you want to stop them just like us?
Well, officer, if I may speak freely, whether I stop them or help them, I will simply record what happens. But that doesn't mean I won't provide services to who I think I might wish to see the victors of.
That being said, I know you've lived a long and venerable life, And this might just be one of those quirks that you get when you acquire a bit of wisdom. Why give us only the choice of one bit of information or the other? Why not freely give both?
Because then you have to come back and see me.
I probably would have done that without you stringing things along. But, honestly, it's a good strategy.
I've been told that plenty of times before. You tell someone truth, a secret, and suddenly they disappear from your lives.
Yeah. Nothing in this life is free. And when you freely give things, makes it easy for people to think that you're weak.
Interesting. Interesting. No, but what I did want to warn you is that if you start hearing war drums, there's a reason.
Duly noted.
One last question, if I may.
You may.
Do you know anything about this supposed assassination in the coming days? Of the
Lady Sylvanas
Driftshade?
Driftshade. Yep. Let's see. Okay. She kind of cocks her head to the side a little bit. I've heard rumors there's a chance of her assassination. But I have not been able to find anything concrete with my resources.
I see.
Suppose it wouldn't be that easy.
I think at this moment you all hear a set of footsteps coming from above you. You all may roll a perception check if you would like.
Awesome. Can I also insight her to see if she's like withholding truth on that?
Yeah.
Hearing only rumors?
For sure. For sure.
Also, 16 on that
That
perception
was
check.
a shit roll.
Got a 13.
I got a 9 on my insight.
You said you got a 9.
Yeah.
9 is pretty rough.
Yeah.
And I would say you get nothing. Hard to read, hard to see, hard to understand.
Valid.
And then perception check, if you would like.
12. Both were bad rolls.
Okay. You see a pale male figure wearing kind of dark cloaks, about 6'1", as he's got this short, well-kept raven hair, with these deep blue eyes with silver speckled throughout, wearing similar black and gray robes. And you notice that behind him are a set of wings that look like pages of tomes sprouting from his back. Each feather a different tome. As you see him suddenly, he's got a book in his hand, and he suddenly flips upright, landing behind you. You see a couple pages kind of, and he lands. Were these the visitors you were talking about, my lady? As she looks between them. Yes, they were who I was talking about earlier. Kind of starts sizing each of you up. Well, I have to be off, but thank you for your knowledge. She kind of nods slightly. He kind of looks between each of you. If I happen to run into you again, the name's Atreus. As he reaches out a hand. I think he'll reach it out to Nigel first.
He gives him a firm. He gives him a firm handshake back. Pleasure. I'm sure you probably already know, but Nigel Nelbrook, at your service.
Pleasure's all mine. Kind of moves his hand over to you, Kragnar. And goes through each of you.
Guess I'll take it.
Good solid handshake.
I was gonna say, could I do a strength?
Yeah, you do a strength check. You can strength it. Sure.
Alrighty.
Oh, fuck.
That's a 22.
Man, how much extra strength does he have?
Uh-oh.
Not much. It probably was like a dirty 20. Your grip is stronger, and he kind of and then I think he reaches a hand out for Harper.
Harper low. And I'll give a firm handshake.
Takes it. Well, I will be off. You all have a lovely rest of your day. Lady S.
Likewise.
And you watch as she snaps her fingers and he gone.
You are certainly an impressive lot. So, when can any one of us make our presence known here again? for that other story of yours.
Say that one more time.
I said, you certainly are all an impressive lot.
Mm-hmm.
So when can any one of us make another appearance here for that
Yes.
other story of hers?
Yes. Well, in a few days, after the exciting weekend you'll have, then you may return.
Noted.
Well, thank you for your time then.
Yeah. And thank you for the information.
Of course. Now, would you like to return to where you were, or somewhere else? I can only teleport you inside of the library, of course, but wherever you would like to go.
Did any of the rest of you want to peruse their collection? Or do we have what we need?
Think we have what we need?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. I guess that's our answer.
And she will snap your fingers, and you all will appear suddenly at the front door. And you see Kylor is walking. Like as you enter, he like was putting a book away and looks at you and just, welcome back.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thank you for the research.
Of course.
Yeah. Large bit of information, that.
Commonly is. But it
You
seems
lot?
you have some answers.
Yeah. We're definitely going to be kept busy for a while in this case.
That is certain. You have a wonderful day.
I hope to see you soon.
Right. Well, shall we?
After you?
As Nigel and Crag looked away, Harper, there's a moment where you notice that Kylor gives you a little wink. You walk away.
Alright, Harper will head up.
Yeah, you head out easy enough. Where do you go next?
Good question.
So we have someone tailing Idaho. We looked into the handwriting here, but don't have enough info yet.
Could always come back
Correct.
to that.
Is there anywhere else we need to go while we're out of the precinct?
I mean, I was tempted to make a visit to one of the other temples here.
Well, we've certainly got the time. And I can fill you in on what I found in their library while we make our way over there.
Sounds like a fun idea.
The temple I was planning on going was to Gorath, the blacksmith forge.
All right, let's go.
Sweet.
And then, yeah, as we be making our way over there, I would kind of fill them in on what I read about the Hag King prophecy and the pros and cons with it. I think he would just add, so that's a lot, and that probably seems like it has no connection to anything, Harper, but when we're back at the precinct, or probably after work or something, I'll fill you in on a little bit of the details. Why it might be relevant to our case here.
Okay. Yeah, that is. I'm eager to hear more, for sure.
Did, whet your appetite. This Head King business might have something to do with me, but I don't know yet.
Are you in any danger?
Like I said, well, we can talk about that more when we're in more normal company or private company.
Sounds like a plan. Follow them into the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you guys walk over, even before you get to the door, you can feel the heat coming out of this. It's hot in there, like extraordinarily hot in there. As you walk up, you see a dark tan male wearing this kind of brown leather apron, jacked muscles. Like he looks like he's like 6'6", on a bad day. You see he's got a hammer kind of like hanging off his belt. As you all approach. Well, hi. How can I help you?
Hi, I just, I was wondering if I might be able to find some, if you would have any information, regarding a sword. It's, a relic from a different temple, but I was wondering if maybe, given that this is dealing with blacksmithing, maybe like you might have some information.
He kind of looks you over and he goes, Gorath is the forge master, yes. But there is a level there that even she can't do. Magical weapons and whatnot are a high-end craft, of course. Can you give me more? Do you happen to have this weapon? Are you looking for it?
Oh, yeah, I have it on me. Just gonna take Shiny from my holster and kind of present it.
He kind of looks it over. Fascinating. This is a, let me see. He kind of takes the blade, looks it over. You notice him kind of like strike with it for a second and then pull back in. The blade itself, even missing pieces, is the fact that it is still functional as a sword is intriguing, to say the least. Most blades, when damaged this way, would not be able to be reused as a weapon. And then there's a... Yeah, go.
It's kind of been a work in progress trying to repair it and find its missing pieces.
As you like say that, you notice his eyes go like really wide, and he kind of then just like gestures the sword at you. I did not realize this was a blade that spoke.
Oh, you can hear her too?
And yeah, he'll hand the blade back to you to take it.
Yep.
Yeah, well, It wanted to be back with you, is what I will say. The flowery language that it used was quite rude.
Oh. I'll have a talk with her about that.
As you get Shiny back, you get like the tail end of it, as you just hear, yeah, and Gorath is a fucking bitch. Oh, hey, Ragnar.
We're going to have a talk later about this.
About what? I just was simply telling that Gorath scum where he belonged.
I mean, maybe don't say that to, I don't know. I feel like there's a time and place for that.
Are you speaking out loud while you're saying this?
Yeah. Probably.
Awesome. Just for Nigel and Harper's sake.
Yeah, Nigel's face is just kind of like, he's good at holding his composure, but his eyebrow is raising, and he's giving that look like...
You didn't hear Shiny, is what I will say. You didn't hear Shiny, but
Oh,
you
yeah,
did
yeah,
hear...
yeah.
Yeah, you
He's
heard... Yeah. Just wanted to clarify.
What? Yeah. He's just like, what the bloody hell did she say to him?
She had some colorful
It does
language.
not... Yes, very good. Does not need to be repeated.
Yeah.
And also above table, like, from what we've heard of Shiny, we've heard that she usually, like, of course, above table, we always hear that she seems very polite and friendly and whatnot.
Mhm.
Isn't that what the perception we'd get in game too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is
I believe so.
extremely off character for her.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think Nigel's like, she was usually so nice and borderline saccharine.
Yeah, it's quite unusual.
I believe that one of the pieces you may have recently acquired held her rage, and that would explain that anger
That
behind it.
that's also
Okay, then.
yeah, because she did also regain some sort of memory as well related to that.
Yes, I assume that as you find the shards, you'll be able to slowly regain. The being will be able to regain their memories until they are whole again.
As long as I don't have to get stabbed by another piece again. Ugh.
I think there's a moment where he just slow blinks on that comment.
Harper's just standing back with her eyebrows raised, like, what the?
So, are we sure she's going to be safe once she gets all of her pieces back?
I would hope so. I
I mean,
it's
safe for us, I mean, not necessarily herself.
ah, I honestly hadn't thought about it. Like I knew I'd always return her back to the temple. But that's pretty much it. I'm not entirely sure.
Alright, well, life is an adventure, as they say.
True.
Oh, apologies, my good blacksmith. Don't know what she said to you, but I imagine you didn't deserve it.
I've
Yeah, sorry
heard,
about that.
I've heard worse from certain members. And I think you notice he looks above you. Does anyone follow his eyes?
Yes.
See where he's
Yeah.
looking? He's looking over at the temple for Serethis, the Stormcaller.
Oh. Sorry.
Nice.
And I think as you do, you notice on the other side there is a water genasi who sees you all looking over at her, and she just flips you off.
Likewise.
Got some history there.
So, are we all done here then?
I believe so.
Keknar, give me a survival check.
Ah, okay. Please, dice. That's a 7. Are you kidding me? God.
Shiny starts to shake a little. You assume it's from rage and anger.
Oh,
You have inspiration if you want to re-roll it.
can I?
Yeah.
Okay. Please, dice god, don't fuck me. That's a 19. Thank God. I don't want to get stabbed.
You realize there is a shard nearby. Somewhere in this cul-de-sac of gods, there is a shard of this blade somewhere.
I won't lie, I just thought of a dumb idea of just like holding out shiny as like kind of like a radar and just kind of like walking around.
You could do that.
Sure. What the hell?
Yeah.
No.
You hold shiny out and it starts to vibrate around in different directions. You guys are watching Kylor hold his sword out, and you can see the blade is warbling left to right.
What are we doing
Is
here
this
now, Craig?
normal?
It, kind of. I think there might be a piece nearby of
All right.
sword.
Official police business. I'll allow it.
Yeah, it just gets kind of weird when there's a fragment. I remember last time, and even before that. Guess I'll keep looking. Would I be able to like roll like kind of perception or?
Yeah. Give me perception. Are you guys helping him with this?
Yeah.
I'll give you advantage.
Oh, thank you.
And you're just hearing Nigel like with passersby, because I'm sure people were staring at this. Clear off. Go about your business.
Thank you.
Official police business.
Yeah, you see a couple of like different like acolytes and stuff like that. Just like, what the fuck? Like, what? And, like, just like moving to the side.
I was so tempted to ask if I could take psychic damage from embarrassment.
Do you want to?
Kinda.
Okay.
What can I roll? Like,
Such a
Oh, I'm
merciful
rolling
DM.
this.
oh fuck.
Such a merciful DM.
You take 7 points of psychic damage.
I'll take it.
From
thanks.
embarrassment. As you're using shiny. And then what was your perception?
Oh, perception. That would be a 5. God fucking damn it.
I will allow someone else to... Wait, with advantage?
Wait. I forgot to roll with advantage.
Okay, I was like... One more time.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about
Oh
that.
god damn. That's a 20.
Perfect.
Shoot out.
30-20 though.
As you're walking, you notice, like, Lumora's temple is behind you. And you're like, oh, that's... Like, you would think, like, oh, maybe, like, the Temple of Lumora might have it. But
Yeah.
as you're walking, you actually look over, and it's starting to pull you towards the Temple of the Eternal Balance.
Oh.
Golden, gilded halls. And different statues line the walls of this. It is gaudy and mighty in that same idea. As you see scales with the sun and moon in each pan kind of over your head as you're holding this. You see an acolyte there. You see they've got like a golden band across their eyes and like almost like a golden tunic situation. You see they are a elven figure. Pale skin, blonde hair situation. As he just... I do ask that you put your blade away before you enter the temple.
I can... I'll try. I mean, it's probably just gonna vibrate the entire time it's in the holster.
He's giving you a look of like, I don't want to let you in.
I'm just gonna look over at Nigel and Harper for help. Sure what to do.
So, we're doing a little bit of delicate police work here. I promise it won't take very long. And we'll show ourselves out back the way we came.
I think there's a moment. Roll a persuasion check. Roll a persuasion check, because he's
Okay.
I'm
you
sorry,
you are
Nigel.
holding a sword out in front of you, and
Right,
you're like,
this is not gonna be-
police work in a religious church situation. It's like,
This is gonna be rough.
I'm
guys.
sorry.
I
Do I
don't
have a
know.
mutagen for that?
Can you see what the dice rolled?
Oh no, I haven't even rolled the dice yet.
Okay, roll your dice.
I'm just
Roll your dice.
yeah, okay.
What?
Have faith in my +0 to charisma
Mm-hmm.
checks.
I
Mm-hmm.
was gonna say, I wish I-
Yeah. Don't let the bard do this. You do this.
Oh, you're right. Okay, persuasion.
Oh,
Huh?
could I get
That-
guidance?
Sure.
I
You can add a
forgot I
d4.
said-
17 plus 3. That's a dirty 20. That's incredible.
Cool. Now look at what I rolled.
Where can I see
A
that?
t- oh
It's on
my
the
god,
stream.
that's a 2. That is
Oh.
a dose.
Oh,
Oof.
I rolled a 2.
okay.
He lets out a sigh and just, don't stab anyone.
That would be police brutality. And we outlawed that in Nyxborough about some 150 years ago, right?
I believe so.
You
Check
can
it out.
feel him squinting his eyes at you, even though there is a wrap around his eyes.
Oh.
All right.
Also, Harper,
Mike.
I haven't heard you in a little bit. You might be muted if you've been talking.
I think Harper's just a little dumbstruck by this because I missed the whole pieces missing in his sword and whatnot. So just
yeah.
standing back observing.
Okay,
Like,
okay,
what is
perfect.
happening?
Okay, perfect, yeah.
Yeah, they were not going to help you get a sword into a church because they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Right. All right. Let's not wear out our welcome any more than we already have, Craig. So
Yep.
get to it.
Gonna enter and do I have to roll anything else if like for movement wise or no?
Movement, no. But I will ask for another perception check.
Okay, don't believe.
All right.
That was a 10.
Nigel's offering the help action here. And how he's helping is he's like, I know you look rather daft, but focus. This is for your darling little pet sword here. Breathe in, breathe out. Focus only on the task at hand.
Sorry, above table, what does the help action exactly?
You get advantage.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. I was like,
You're good.
Do I do something?
Yep. You can roll with advantage.
Okay, thank you, Nigel. And thank you.
Yeah.
We're already this deep into it.
20.
20 is very good. You start walking forward, and there's a moment where you're like, oh, what is going on? And you feel it's getting more and more aggressive as it's vibrating, and then you get to the center of the temple. You've noticed as you've been walking along, this is like the hallway in here is like 20 feet wide, and there are different statues of beings that are all spread out. There are no nameplates on them. Every single one is different. If anybody would like to roll a religion check, they may.
Got it.
On any of these
Got it.
statues.
That was a
As
21.
Nice.
Shit, I got a good one too.
Okay.
I think
Nice.
that's at least a 20.
Oh,
But
sweet.
specifically, it's a 24.
That's good.
Good job, Nigel.
I got an 8.
Ooh.
Hey, they're being
Jeez.
real fucking weird.
Yeah.
You're focused on them, not with your surroundings. You two surmise. You know the eternal balance is a conglomerate of gods, basically smaller deities that have combined their powers together into one larger being. Seeing these statues, you recognize each of these statues is a depiction of one of the gods in this conglomerate. And you quickly realize there's like 75 to 100 statues. And these are all like 8 feet tall.
Oh.
Like, these are big statues. Big golden statues. And as you approach you kind of come to the center, there is a central, like, statue. And you see it's all of these different gods and all of these different hands and stuff like that. And they're all wearing the same golden band across their eyes, all reaching. And you see up at the top there are a set of scales, the sun and the moon. And they're all reaching for it to make sure that it stays balanced. And as you're looking at it, you see right in the middle of where the sun is, bouncing around, vibrating slightly, 100 feet off the ground is the shard.
I fucking... Oh, God.
Do you want to desecrate a temple?
God damn it. I have
You know,
Oh no.
I have two
while
bad
not
ideas.
desecrating a temple, we are detectives. We can just ask questions. So with that, I think Nigel's gonna go to
There are
go ahead.
acolytes and attendants around, is what I will say.
right. Yeah, nearest acolyte. Excuse me.
You see it's a little like halfling woman band over the eyes, same kind of golden shawl, but you know she's also wearing like a shawm as well over her shoulders. And she's, yes, how may I help you?
Excuse me, Mom. Blessings and greetings. For those of the eternal balance. Sorry, I'm dedicated to the god of death, myself, but
Umbrus is...
I'll investigate.
Umbrus
Yes,
is good with us.
good. I apologize. I haven't always paid attention in temple. That shard up there. Why is that in place in your temple? What is its significance?
I think there's a moment where she looks up. She doesn't notice that it's vibrating. I don't know the specifics behind what you're looking for, but the scales that are up there, the sun and the moon, the eternal balance is, well, the balance, the twilight, the time when anything could and can be possible while trying to be just for all. By having a large group of beings, they are able to justly right the wrongs of both mortals and gods. This is simply a statue depicting that need and desire to potentially tip the scales from even just one singular hand, and yet, unless they work together, they can't even reach them.
Beautiful. But the shard that's there, is that not a part of it?
She squints her eyes a little bit more. You can see the like eye wrap like scrunch. She's like trying to squint.
I was tempted
She-
to hand her the sword.
Yeah, as she continues to look up at it, and it's just like, there are no shards up there. I'm not exactly sure. If you see something that's dangerous, I can always call in like the architect. If there's an issue with the statue, we can probably get it taken care of. It may take a little bit of time.
It's not that. However, that dangerous object, or potentially dangerous, if you could give us a ladder, we'd be more than happy to take care of it right now. Or
No, no one's allowed to touch the statues outside of for cleaning purposes. We don't want to damage them. But like I said, if you would like, I could get you in contact with the architect, and they might be able to have someone come out to look at the issues that you're reporting.
yes, actually, let's do that, and we're gonna stick on this is Officer Kragnar. Sorry, Craig, I'm gonna go ahead and volunteer you for this operations. That way you can oversee this and make sure it's done safely.
Fair enough.
And I'm sorry, my lady, what is your name?
My name is Beth.
Thank you. Acolyte Beth? Mistress Beth? Deacon?
I am just an acolyte at the moment. I haven't gone through the unification yet.
Aces, well, good luck on your unification, as it were. Here, you can reach, Craig at Precinct 9, and, here's his sending stone, ID. I'm so sorry, Craig, that I'm essentially doing this for you, but, please give your man this contact.
Okay. If you're ever in the Forge Ward, you might be able to find him a little bit easier. His name is Black Iron, Kylor Black Iron.
Kylor Black Iron. Bosh.
He's a dwarf out there, but he helped with building the statues and things like that.
You said in the Forge Ward?
Yes, in the Forge Ward, yes. He's a burly dwarf, thick black beard streaked with gray. He commonly is working those forges over there. If you see him, he might be wearing like a red band around his arm. I believe he's the head of the Red Banner Union.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you for being so very patient with us, and, blessed be.
Blessed be. And she starts to scurry off.
All right, Eliot, I think we're wrapped up here well enough.
Sounds about right. You're trying to get something out of that statue?
Yes.
Yeah, technically.
Okay.
Crag can tell you a little bit more about it, but essentially his magical talking sword, the shards he's looking for, one of those is up there as you could see.
Oh, I wonder how it ended up there.
That's the
Yeah.
real question.
Yeah, I'm really not too sure how. I I would love to know really how it ended up here. Honestly, how it ended up getting like this far in general.
Gonna be cut out for you trying to position yourself with this black mane fella
Mm.
and getting the shard out of his possession. Or
Hopefully.
getting his help to get the shard out of its possession.
Mhm.
So, do we want to head back to the precinct and collect the information that we have? Or get some lunch? Or is it close to the dinner at this time?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, what time is it?
Good question.
Yeah, as you walk outside, there's a moment where you're like, we went in early morning. It's like mid-afternoon, like late mid-afternoon, like 4 or 5 o'clock ish almost.
oh Jesus.
And as you're looking around, uh, anybody can give me a, I don't know. Choose a roll. Choose a roll for what you think you would use for figuring out time.
Hmm.
I would say like something intelligence oriented, probably like Arcana, potentially Insight. I could argue, or Investigation.
I guess I'm gonna go.
Investigation. Investigation,
How
and I'm.
can-
Oh, I'll just say it. So I'm doing investigation. That's a 15, and what I'm looking at is the shadow, like basically the way that the sun is hitting the shadows.
Yeah.
To kind of gauge the
It.
time.
Yeah, like I said, it looks like it's about 4 or 5 o'clock.
Hmm.
Can I do insight? And that's a dirty 20. Just trying to see if, I was just that distracted to not realize how much time has passed.
There's a moment where you
Kind of like
realize.
insight on myself.
Yeah. I think there's a moment where you're like, was I just that distracted? And I think you're kind of like playing back the last like 20, 30 minutes in your head. And you're like, no, the trees and everything like that didn't change. Like, because you guys have now walked out of this, the Temple of the Eternal Balance. You realize, no. This happened when you left the Temple of Naedis. You think back and you're like, no, these shadows, how this was, there was something weird with that temple, and you guys lost a couple extra hours because of it. Kragnar, what did you get?
I got an 8 on investigation.
Hey man, sun's
forgot
weird.
which to roll.
Sun's in the wrong spot.
That's odd.
I hope we only lost a few hours and not a day or
Days.
two.
That
Right.
would be, yeah, that would not be good.
Suppose we should go back, turn in these cruisers, and I guess be on our way for the day.
Right.
And you all, with Rowan and Livy in tow, hop into the cruisers and start on start on your way back.
Making our way downtown.
Making your way.
Walking fast.
Changes fast and we're home. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm just imagining drones blasting that on the way back.
Yeah. As you all are driving back, you get back to the station, start to, unload everything like that. Not a problem. You all head back upstairs. Is there any last things you all would like to discuss?
I'd like to confirm if it's the same day.
Ooh,
Yeah, you you walk inside. You look at the calendar that's on the wall, and it's the same day. You guys just lost a couple hours. Yeah. I did not hard Lotus Hotel you guys. I just had to do a soft Lotus Hotel to try to get you guys to catch up a little bit with the other group so that we're closer on the timeline because you guys were so far behind. Plus you guys got a lot of shit in return. Yeah, see? That
all worked out.
Actually, you know what? Let's go off of this. Harper, with your insight check, there was also a level of you think maybe that time was the cost for the information that you got. As you all walk upstairs, I will say the captain's door is closed at the moment, and I will say you do see Jax is sitting behind his desk working on some paperwork and stuff like that, but you don't see anyone else.
I was just about to ask where Moth was.
Roll a d20.
Uh-oh. That was a 19.
19. You heard aggressive plunging from the downstairs bathroom, and you can assume Mop is fighting with a clogged toilet.
Oh, Jesus.
Somebody left a present in the public restroom that he is having to handle.
And it's a raise.
He does. He really
He
needs
loves
a
his
raise.
job. He loves his job. He's the best janitor around.
You think?
Is there anything else you guys want to do?
No, I think that's it for Nigel at the moment. Like, he wants to check on Grapevine, but then he probably thinks better of it because he's like, oh, it's better if I let him work.
Yeah, and I think with that we will end tonight's session, and we will call it there. Thank you all, and have a great rest of your night. We'll see you all